Hey, Arcturus here. Today we're looking at LEGO set 75377. This is the Invisible Hand, or General Grievous's flagship, that comes with 557 pieces and was released as part of the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. This is part of the Starship Collection. I think they previously called it MIDI scale. It's not quite minifigure scale, but it builds a small display ship for, in this case, the Invisible Hand, and they have others for the Tantive 4, or the Millennium Falcon, or an Imperial Star Destroyer, I believe. It's got a couple little nice details, and from the box I was a little worried when I picked it up if it'd be proportional, but I'm quite pleased with it. It looks very good as a display piece. We have here the top-down view, which is not quite so useful in this case. There is some nice touches here, though, with the little exposed points kind of giving it a little bit of texture that you wouldn't get with just a purely smooth one. But here on the side view, and unfortunately we can't see inside of it through the little glass, or clear plastic, I should say. It's not actually glass windows in there, but there are two but inside there are two studs, orange or red and yellow to represent Obi-Wan and Anakin starfighters. There's also a small MTT inside, one of the droid transport ships that featured prominently in Episode 1. There's little bits of lighting all around the edges there on the front, which are just adds a nice little touch of texture to it, so it's not just a gray brick, although in this case it does have some blue. Got some engines here on the back, and then the flag or command deck here. It is movable, although not very much, because it is locked in place with these, so it kind of helps keep everything stable. And then, you could adjust the top, but why would you? It does come out at the appropriate angle, so it is parallel to things, to the base there, so it looks appropriate, even with the angles. I was a little worried about that to begin with, but it actually comes together quite nicely. It does come also with this nice display stand and a printed tile for this nameplate. It also comes with a printed 25th anniversary, so you could put that on the base as well. It just attaches there by some nice studs, and then you could just take one of these off and put it, nope, that's not visible, and put it there on the bottom, so you have both the 25 years and the nameplate. Or you can just cover up that set of studs there quite easily. It's got a nice extra little touch of green here. I wouldn't have probably even noticed it wasn't there, but since it is there, it's a nice touch. It does have 4 stickers in this set, 2 of the symbol and 2 of this one here. Nice, and it also detaches, so if you wanted to use it as a playset where you're reenacting the Episode 3 scene where the ship disintegrates, re-entering into orbit on Coruscant, you can do that as well. Both just those 2 little sections there, and it's quite stable, held together. No real worries about it falling off, I don't think. So if you have several of these, or perhaps not several of this set, but several of this scale of spaceship, you could definitely use it as a playset. I think it's pretty much designed more as a display set, but you could easily use it as a playset as well. I like this set a lot more than I thought I would. I was a little hesitant with all the small pieces and putting it together. I was a little worried I wouldn't enjoy it as much, but it went together very nicely. I mean, it's a LEGO set. I should really know better at this point. But, sometimes with the small sets, they're a little more tedious to put together than some of the larger sets. But this one was very nice to put together. I think it's great I like it as a display set. As opposed to the UCS sets, I actually kind of prefer this because it's small enough. It's easy to place in a couple different locations. Whereas with the UCS sets, like the new Venator that came out recently, or the Imperial Star Destroyers, or the Millennium Falcon, or the AT, they're all just so big. They're a real commitment once you've built the set to have to store it somewhere. Whereas this is small enough if you want to have one as a display, it's a lot easier to place. Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.